Champions League action, Philly gets their man, and the Timbers Army will be out in force tonight. All that next on a special edition of The Daily. Welcome to The Daily for Friday, August 31st with Greg Lawless. I'm Jason Segini. We are out on the West Coast today enjoying the fog. Greg, first we're going to get to the Seattle Sounders' big Champions League win last night. 3-1 victory down in Caledonia where things aren't always easy.
No, things are definitely not easy. And if you saw the field, it looked like it was a shag carpet from the 70s or something. It was very, very thick. The ball not moving very well. But Seattle did what they were supposed to do. They went down there and got a result against a much smaller club, a 3-1 victory. Freddie Montero, Semi Ochoa, and Alex Kasky getting the goals in this one. You know, it got a little bit close in the second half. It was 2-1 all of a sudden, and then they got that third goal and put it away, and by then it was done. A very good, sort of professional, solid performance from Seattle.
Yeah, and they didn't have to use all of their big stars in that game.
Big.
So Houston, the other game last night, they ended up getting a draw against Olympia. They fell down a goal early in the first half, but were able to fight back.
Yeah, Adam Moffat getting the equalizer for Houston. A good result down there. Again, never easy to go down to Central America and get a result. Olympia, a good side, too. Some decent players on that team. But it didn't matter in the end. Houston get their draw. That's all they really needed. They can go home. They can get their 3 points at home. And then they move on.
All right, Houston right now tied with Olympia atop the group at 4 points. Foss still yet to claim a point in that group. In the other group, Seattle on top with 6 points. Maritone, Caledonia tied with 1 apiece. Yesterday, the Philadelphia Union committed to their man, John Hackworth. He, Greg, will now be their full-time head coach.
Yeah, and I like the move because everything Hackworth has done since he came in, Jason, has been to establish himself as sort of the voice or that leading light for this team. He was very quick early on to say, I am not Peter Novak. That was almost the first words out of his mouth. And he's been right in that. He has not played the way Peter Novak has. He's made some trades. He got rid of Pahoy, and he's gone on to say, I'm going to play my young guys. Michael Farfan has started to really come out of his shell as an attacking force. A great move, I think, from Philadelphia.
Yeah, Jack McInerney, another one of those guys.
There you go. I love Jack Mac.
Yeah, getting a lot of time under Hackworth and doing very well. Another team that just named a head coach, the Portland Timbers, they are in action tonight. Of course, Caleb Porter not taking over the team until next season, but they will play tonight under Gavin Wilkinson, who got his first win as head coach in their last game. Can they do it again at home against the Colorado Rapids?
It's a good question. The Rapids have not been playing very well. They've given up a bunch of goals recently. Their defense has really let them down. Up top, Omar Cummings has been struggling with some ankle injuries, but it looks like he's going to be able to go, at least for some part of it, for Colorado. On the other side, for Portland, it's all about Darlington Nagbe. He's got 3 goals in 3 games, the first Portland Timbers player in MLS to ever do that. Timbers are going for their second straight win, which would be the first time they've ever done that in MLS to win 2 games in a row. So pretty amazing to think that that's the truth.
All right, well, that game, NBC Sports Network, tonight at 10:30. Colorado fans, we could see the debut of Hendry Thomas. Today is the close of the transfer window over in Europe. We're waiting to hear where some big U.S. names are going to end up. Clint Dempsey, Carlos Bocanegra at the top of that list.
Yeah, Dempsey for sure. Everyone's watching. You know, he's been sitting out so far from Fulham, basically, you know, saying, I want to move. And Liverpool's been in there as a shout. Maybe Arsenal. Now they're talking about even Sunderland or Aston Villa and some other clubs. So who knows where it's going to go. Stay tuned at MLSsoccer.com because we'll have news on Dempsey, as well as Bocanegra. Supposedly there's a club in Spain that's interested, and maybe he could go back to France. Also, one last thing, Cody Cropper, a young 19-year-old goalkeeper, has signed with Southampton of the EPL.
All right, well, stay tuned to MLSsoccer.com for all that. You can also, while you're there, check out Extra Time Radio from yesterday. Dwayne De Rosario, fresh off his 100th all-time goal, was on the show, along with Merritt Paulson from the Portland Timbers, to talk about naming his head coach, Caleb Porter. Finally, I want to mention, check out Last Call. Jonah Friedman and Matt Doyle will take you through all the weekend's actions, previewing the biggest games. You can get that later on the site on MLSsoccer.com.